Hey, what's up? I am Ayuri, and today I'm gonna review a novel that I read last week. I have actually recorded this video like 3 separate times. I've rewritten the script maybe like 2 times, so I'm a little bit nervous, but please bear with me. The novel is called The Little Deaf Man Decides to Be a Little Bit Spoiled. It is yet another BL Chinese light novel that I found myself reading at work. Please don't fire me. I could easily describe it as cozy, with not much conflict, and yet it has me hooked like the little piece of trash that I am. It has 75 chapters and 4 extras. It is written by Xiao Longxi. Now, I don't know if my pronunciation is good. I actually only took like 1 year of Chinese when I was a teenager. So please bear with me and spare my Chinese. The main character is called Yi Ruan and the male lead is Gu Xiaoyi. The main character is a young man who has been battling cancer for over a long time. He has been subjected to multiple procedures, and because of this, his condition, he has missed lots of experiences as a teenager, as many people with a chronic disease do. He has also developed some kind of PTSD stemming from these hospital stays, and his only source of entertainment is reading. After a especially difficult surgery, he passes away. The main character, wakes up in the body of Yi Ruan, a 19-year-old deaf orphan twink. He has some memories from the original body, and through this he discovers that he has become the main character of a novel that he used to read. Yi Ruan had just accepted an arranged marriage proposal from his sponsor, the guy who paid for his scholarship. He is called Gu Xiaoyi. He is a 29-year-old man. He is the CEO of a big company and the male lead of the story. We will call him Mr. Gu for short. There is a 10-year difference between them. But with Yi Ruan being only 19, it feels much bigger. And honestly, a little bit predatory. Mr. Gu is older, richer, and he has been financially supporting Yi Ruan for some years now. If that doesn't scream red flag, I don't know what a red flag is. The old Yi Ruan was actually infatuated with Mr. Gu, and because of this, he always came across as annoying and overly flirty in the original novel. He experienced lots of difficulties and cliches in the end, Mr. Gu fell in love with his childhood friend, which came out of nowhere at the end of the novel, leaving Yi Ruan alone and with a tragic ending. Thanks to his knowledge in the original novel, Yi Ruan only hopes to get through this agreed 3-year-old contract marriage without any incidents, to get his alimony and go to college. Honestly, he only hopes to get the experiences he never got to live in his past life. Mr. Gu only needs a spouse for inheritance purposes. So long as he is married, he is supposed to get his part of the company shares. Knowing this, he told his secretary to find a suitable partner. It is also important to note that in this world, same-sex marriage and homosexuality is normal. In the very first chapters, we quickly realize the extent of Yi Ruan's disability. And honestly, I'm really satisfied with this representation of a disability. He is deaf on one ear, and he has a cochlear implant on that side. On the other ear, he has hearing loss, but not enough for him to use a hearing aid. Sometimes he is forced to use this because there were 2 occasions on the novel where his cochlear implant device was ruined, and he got by with Mr. Gu talking to him directly in his ear. He also has what is described as a weak constitution, which means he gets sick easily and he cannot eat spicy or condimented food. He doesn't eat a lot, and he also has a red blood type. Yi Ruan is kind of upset the body he got reincarnated into is a disabled one, and the extent of this disability, especially the weak constitution thing. But he is also grateful that despite his disabilities, he is able to be in a better position than his first life. The story diverts from the original since the beginning, thanks to the different attitude and behaviors of the reincarnated Ji-Ron. He's very grateful, he's relaxed, he's chill, he's really down to earth, and has the same manners as any other rich kid, which seems to pique the interest of Mr. Gu. At the beginning, Mr. Gu saw Ji-Ron with pity, and he wanted to make his life a little bit better. But as the story goes on, and as Ji-Ron gets sick, then ruins his cochlear implant for the first time because it got wet, he starts to develop feelings for him. The main source of conflict in this story is mainly the bad health of Ji-Ron. Besides that, there is the issue of Mr. Gu's family. They want to gain power over the company, obviously, and they come across as cartoonish, brainless, brilliant villains for the sake of it. The author also inserted the ex-childhood best friend character, but we as readers can see that he is a Black Lotus, which is a synonym for double face. And we get some very good satisfying drama scenes, but the author never leads us to believe that they were really a threat to Ji-Ron, or main character. Overall, the whole story is really fluffy, satisfying, it has a slow romance, and it has that caretaker husband. Don't get me wrong, this story is not perfect. There are a lot of gender roles, specifically female gender roles, being pushed onto the main character, despite them being both men. Especially the way that Ji-Ron is being described as a submissive, young, skinny, pale, fragile, and naive. They are all traits that are usually very attractive to conservative, patriarchal men. He is also referred as a wife. I don't know if in the original source material they used a female character, but it would not surprise me. I can excuse the wrong use of pronouns, which happen a lot because it comes from a very different language. I don't know if this was a translation issue or a deliberately written thing, because I think most of this novel was machine translated. I mean Google. There's also the expected censorship for any Chinese novel, and there are no explicit scenes. Although, the author made a really well-written metaphor for it. Now, in my conclusions for this novel, this story is not a masterpiece, but for whatever the author was aiming at, it does work really well. It has a great romance, the characters have amazing communication with one another. I love that there is no misunderstanding trope. I hate that shit. They have great chemistry and they are well matched. The disability representation is overall well done, except for some exaggeration, which I know is added as a device for the characters to get closer to, and also for a lot of drama. The power balance between the couple, in the beginning, it's a little bit big, but then it gets a little bit better. The novel started to scratch that itch in my brain I was hoping to get scratched. It had great pacing and it wrapped up when it needed to. Overall, I would say it is a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Better than average, but not really that life-changing. I hope to get some better Chinese novels recommendations if you can. Maybe you can recommend other things to me. I love BL. I'm trying to read more GL, but I think it's a little bit difficult to find a good lesbian novel. They don't have good chemistry. I don't know what's in there, but it seems like a lot of friendship thingies. I don't know. If you can recommend a good one, I would be very grateful. Anyways, this has been my review. Bye.